Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. We are doing a full day of cheating. I'm just kidding. That isn't coming for another 8 weeks, unfortunately. No, full day of eating today. I'm going to be showing you through what I'm going to eat throughout the day on roughly 2,000 calories. You can see I've got a bit of a sore throat today, so hopefully that goes throughout the day because it does sound a bit annoying. And yeah, I'll just be showing you through a full day of eating on roughly 2,000 calories, and also I'm going to be sprinkling throughout the video little tips on actually how to calculate your macros and how to actually set them up, because I don't want this just to be a video of you watching me eat food and make food. So I'm going to keep it informative as well as obviously fun for you guys as well, so you can take something away from this. So first thing I'm going to do now is I'm just going to get into a little bit of work before I have breakfast. I don't usually have breakfast straight away in the morning. I like to just have my coffee here, which has unsweetened almond milk and toffee drops in, and then just knock out some work for the day. So it's Thursday today, so there's no client check-ins today because I do them all on a Monday, Wednesday and Tuesday. So I'm going to be doing some programming, I'm going to be doing some client setups ready for next week, and yeah, I will see you in the first one. So here we have the protein ice cream. I'm going to make a YouTube video on how to do this step by step because everybody asks, and they still don't know how, so I will be doing that probably in the next video. It's so good. It's 200 calories in this whole thing, and it's just like, I'd say it's a little bit like eating Halo Top, but without the carbs and the fat. Alongside that, I'm also going to be eating these. This is just a protein crunch. It's like a pork scratching, but without the kind of fat. So there's about 7 grams of fat in this whole bag, and the protein is about 25 grams as well. So really, really nice. It's like kind of crisps. And this is meal 1. So macros for this meal will be here. Very sort of low carb and high protein, high fat. Next meal will be with a little bit of carbs in it, ready for before I go and train. So yeah, I'm gonna eat this now, go and watch some YouTube upstairs, and yeah, I'll see you in the next meal. Alright guys, so we just got back from getting some steps in, and also getting some bits for meal number 2. This is the pre-meal number 2. This tastes amazing. This is the Coca-Cola Zero. Is that going to focus? Coca-Cola Zero Peach flavour. And they've changed their labels for anyone in the UK. This is now very, very confusing because the red label used to mean full sugar. So I can see a lot of people that probably going to pick this up and be disappointed that it's got no calories in. But hopefully that might help with some weight loss if they're trying to achieve it. Anyway, so as I said, I was going to trickle some information about setting up your calories throughout this video. So this is going to be a very quick segment on how to find your calories. I'll talk about how to actually set up your macros, but first of all, we need to find our calories. That's the most important thing. So how we're going to do this is using this formula here. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your body weight in pounds, so whatever that might be, and then you're going to times it by 13 to 16. What puts you at the lower end is if you are a very unactive person, you live an unactive lifestyle, sedentary, I messed that up, sedentary, whatever. The word that means inactive. You live your job is in an office, it's not very active. And what puts you at the higher end is someone who is most likely a male, so lower end probably for females, higher end for males, who have quite a lot of muscle mass, very active jobs, perhaps walking around all day. Maybe they're a labourer and they go to the gym 5-6 times a week. So that's going to give you your formula. So be honest with where you fall with things. I would always opt for the middle ground, and then we can look to adjust from there. And this is the biggest thing. This is just an estimation. You will always need to adjust things based on you, because you are specific to everybody else. Everybody is different, no one is the same, we're all different and we all require different amounts. So when you've got your calorie amount and your macros, you're going to monitor your weight for 1 to 2 weeks, and then you're going to look at, is your weight going in the desired direction? If it's not, then you can make your adjustments. So back to the calculation. So let's say you are a 180-pound male who goes to the gym 4 times per week and you have a fairly active job. So what we're going to look to do is we're going to times that by 15, okay? So we're going to times that by 15. So what that gives us is a calorie amount of 2,700. So that male, to maintain his body weight, is going to be 2,700. And then now what we need to do is decide, is this person going to cut or are they going to bulk? And it's very simple on how we do this. For cut, we're going to take away 10 to 20% of that calorie amount, 20% for a very aggressive fat loss phase, and 10% for slightly less aggressive. And then it's the same for the gaining as well. So if you're looking to gain weight, we're going to add 10 to 20%. So 10% for a slower gaining phase, 20% for a faster gaining phase. So that gives you your calories, guys. In the next segment of the video, which will probably be me getting my pre-workout ready for the gym, I will tell you how to set up your macros. Right guys, so this is meal number 2 of the day. So the egg crunch wrap, which I will do a full YouTube video on soon because people seem to get confused by it. It's just an omelette in a wrap with ketchup. But I'll make a full tutorial. And then we've got some greens and also the mixed vegetables, which I would pan fried with some salt and pepper, which you would have seen as well. Calories for this meal are here. I'm gonna go enjoy this now while it's hot, I don't have to wait around. And I will catch up with you for my pre-workout drink, I guess, and talk you through macros and how you should be setting them up for your calorie amount. Right guys, so welcome back to the full day of eating. There's a cat in my garden and he shouldn't be there. Anyway, so we're just getting the pre-workout in. It's going in the shaker because I'm about to train in about an hour's time. That meal that you would have seen before is usually my post-workout meal, but I'm training with a friend today, so I thought I would shuttle my food to later in the day so I could train with him. So hopefully we'll get a good session in. Anyway, so we're going to be talking about setting up your macros, because now you've got your calories, now you want to know what macro split you want to be on. And this is going to be individual to everyone, everyone's preference, but I feel this is the best way to set up your macros, and then obviously you can adjust it based on you, based on whether you like higher fats, higher carbs, lower carbs, whatever it may be. So let's go back to our 180-pound male, because that's very, very simple. And let's say he needs 2,700 calories to go into a gaining phase, okay? So what we've got to look at, I need my phone really, 2 secs. Right, we're back. So what we've got to look at is macros. When they are added up, they equal calories, okay? So protein and carbs is 4 calories per gram, and fats is 9 calories per gram. So fats is almost double the amount. So this is how we work out our macros to reach our calorie goal of 2,700. So this is just an example. So because he is 180 pounds, let's keep this very, very simple. He's going to consume 1 gram per pound of protein, okay? So that means he's going to eat 180 grams of protein for the day. You can go a little bit higher, you can go lower. I always err on the side of caution, and I do tend to go a bit higher, especially in gaining phases as well, because you're going to get a lot of trace carbohydrates, and for me that's not a good quality protein source. So I do tend to go a little bit higher, but for the sake of this, 1 gram per pound will be enough. So what we're going to do is we're going to do 180, because he weighs 180 pounds. We're going to times that by 4, okay? So 4 calories per gram, 180. That gives us 720, okay? So 720 calories of his intake is coming from protein, okay? So next we need to work out his fats, okay? So everybody needs fats in their diet. We all need dietary fats for hormone regulations, digestion, everything. So we need to make sure that we are having enough fats in our diet. And how we work this out is by timesing your body weight in pounds between 0.3 and 0.5 to 6, okay? So those on the higher end is for those that prefer a higher fat macro split, and those on the lower end is for those who prefer kind of a lower fat, higher carbohydrate split. I always tend to go for about 0.3 to 0.4, and that's going to land you in a good place for your fat intake. So for that male again, what we're going to do is we're going to go 180 times 0.3, and that gives us 54 grams of fat for the day, okay? So 54 times 9, he's going to have 486 of his calories is going to come from fats. And like I said, you can go a bit higher than that. For me, I've always preferred the lower fat, higher carb diet for training purposes. Like I said, it varies on the individual. I've always just gone a bit lower fat. It just works very well for me. But a middle ground is 0.4, 0.5 will probably put you in a good middle ground, okay? And then next, what we need to do is work out the carbohydrates. So that's the only calories that we've got left. So 180 times 4 was 720 calories, and then 54 times 9 was 486. So what we're going to do is go 486 plus 720. That gives us 1,206 calories, okay? And what you need to do with that is take it away from that person's total daily caloric intake, which was 2,700. So what we're going to do is 2,700 take 1,206, and that lands us with 1,494 calories for the day from carbohydrates. And the way you work this out is you've got your figure there. We know that carbohydrates is 4 calories per gram. So you're just literally going to go divide that by 4, and that gives you 373 grams of carbs for the day, okay? And that's it, and that's your calories and macros worked out. And obviously you can play around with those numbers. You can go a bit higher fat, you can go a bit lower fat if you want, or high carb, lower carb, whatever suits you best. But what happens is when you add all these up, it's going to reach that guy's total daily intake. So if we do 373 times 4 plus 180 times 4 plus 54 times 9, it gives us just under 2,700 because I didn't do the 0.5. So very simple way of working out your calories. Again guys, everyone's different. It may need adjusting based on what your weight's doing, whether you feel you respond better to maybe some higher fats in your diet. Again, adjust to suit you, but that is a real basic guide of setting up your calories and macros. And yeah, I'm gonna go train now, so I'll see you in the next meal, which will be with Molly. So this meal is actually basically planned around our day. I plan my day around what I'm going to eat with Molly and adjust little things based on it. So breakfast, lunch is usually always the same. My pre-bed meal will change based on what I may have ate with Molly. This is the flexible way that I like to do my prep, so she can be involved and we're not having to eat different meals every time because I've got different calorie needs. So it just makes life a hell of a lot easier and doesn't affect my training. So we'll see you then, and I will catch up with you in a bit. This is a prawn and pea risotto, which has been cooked for me lovingly by Molly. She is tracking at the minute, so she would have weighed everything. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Just having a bit of salad with it as well, and a Diet Coke. Put the macros for it there. This is meal number 3 of the day. Got one more left, so this is technically post-workout. So yeah, I'm gonna dig into this, and I'll see you probably in the last meal. Alright guys, so we're here for the final meal of the day, and we're having 500 grams of this, which is Morrison's fat-free authentic Greek yogurt, and we're going to put in a few of these as well. So toffee drops, they pretty much go in everything, but if you don't like Greek yogurt, it will make it taste a lot better because Greek yogurt by itself isn't the nicest, and it just makes it taste somewhat decent. So obviously earlier throughout the video you would have known and learned how to set up your macros, so you should be able to now ready to start tracking your macros, hitting your protein targets, hitting your fat targets, and hitting your carb targets. So it's really easy once you start doing it. Give yourself a few weeks to really kind of ease yourself into it. For any new clients that start with me that struggle to track macros, we'll always get them to track their calories first, and then we'll get them tracking protein and a calorie amount, and then once they've got that nailed down, then we'll look at getting them tracking a carbohydrate target and a fat target with it as well. So just makes things a lot easier. Just going in here, and then we're going to top it with some frozen melon and a protein bar, and then that is the final meal of the day. So we're going to be topping it with a Rocky Road Mountain Joe's bar, or flapjack, or whatever it is. So this was in last month's subs box, which you can get 20% off by using code TRIAL20. So you get a box full of 10 bars sent to you each month. Really cool and handy to have. And yes, this is going to go on top of this bowl here, and then that will finish off my macros for the day. Gonna chop this over it. Oh dear, it's going everywhere. We are making a mess. And that is it guys, so that is the last meal of the day. Yogurt, melon and that bar. So the total macros for this meal are here. And the total macros for the day itself are here. So that is the full day of eating done. Hope you've enjoyed it. So just under 2,000 calories today. And yeah, you can see how you can fit 4 meals, fairly voluminous foods into that day.
pretty damn good. I'm gonna eat this, watch a film in bed now, and go to sleep because I'm tired. So hope you enjoyed it. Make sure to subscribe and comment if you've got any questions, and we'll see you in the next one.